Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bristol Music Show. This week we're here at Upfest.
Yeah, we'll bring you some of the highlights later on, but first up, here's what's coming up on today's show.
We're at Upfest, finding out what kind of music helps the artists get creative. Bristol Women in Music has their first Mix Night showcase, and we meet another of Bristol's music video directors. But first, our sessions today come from the Colston Hall foyer as part of a music showcase to welcome a group of young musicians from Brazil to Bristol. Later on, Habitus plays live, but now Pik-C takes to the stage.
Put your name in black and white, and then Jinxie use it as an alibi with no good spare, please, it's alright and not shameful. Getting scars from picking fights, you're wandering around with me day and night, and you say you were right, was just thinking it's your vices at night. And we get high, 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 till I say bye, bye, bye. And you lie, you lie, you lie, pretending you're alright, alright, alright. Try so hard to disregard it with the smashing digs and the picking shots, but when you go, you know, I know, you know. The reason we get high, 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 till I say bye, bye, bye. And you lie, you lie, you lie, pretending you're alright, right, right. High, 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 we try to touch the midnight sky, and we try, we try, we try, though we know it looks pretty.
That's Pik-C performing live in the Colston Hall foyer as part of an evening dedicated to some very special visitors. In 2014, a group of volunteers from BCFM Radio in Bristol travelled to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil to report on the World Cup and the political situation in Rio. We broadcast the One Love Breakfast live from our hotel room every morning at 3 a.m. local time. Whilst there, we met Daniel, who runs a guitar orchestra in a favela on the outskirts of the city, providing his students with a skill and a distraction from the drug trafficking and gun crime that surrounds them and their families. We were so inspired by these young musicians that we promised to bring 6 of them to Bristol. And after months of fundraising and with the support of our city, Davi, Gabrielle, Victor, Daniel, Pedro and Samuel arrived here in July, along with their leaders Daniel and Nadia. First up was the group's biggest crowd yet, performing the main stage at Bristol's Harbour Festival.
But right now, we're going to call Musica Encantada onto the stage to get ready.
Estou achando incrível essa viagem, é uma coisa muito única e é uma experiência muito ótima. Eu nunca tinha tocado para tanta pessoa, lá a gente tocou e foi muito legal, muito legal.
Foi meio emocionante porque normalmente eu sou recente na orquestra e eu não tinha esse costume de tocar com tantas pessoas. E foi uma experiência inovadora assim que vai ficar para a vida toda, que eu vou guardar. Vou contar tudo que está acontecendo, contar para todos meus amigos, minha família.
The boys also met the Lord Mayor, performing in his garden, and jammed with Bristol singer IK at the Mercure Hotel. And they even performed in a special show just for them at Colston Hall, featuring various artists from around the city, including Bristol's youth record labels Saffron and Temple.
muito bom, fantástico estar aqui, né, no verão, no calor. Eu já estive aqui no inverno, né? É bem diferente a cidade. Cidade muito viva, as pessoas muito legais. Como se diz, né? Tudo aqui é muito legal, assim. As pessoas são muito simpáticas, muito abertas, né? Eles foram muito receptivas comigo e com os meninos.
É muito bom ver que as pessoas aqui, mesmo não conhecendo muito, assim, o nosso gênero musical, elas gostam, elas aplaudem, dá pra ver pelo rosto delas que elas gostam do tipo de música que a gente toca.
Contar da nossa experiência que a gente teve aqui, porque Inglaterra, Inglaterra, né, irmão? Então, tô muito feliz por isso.
The group are now safely back in Rio after the trip of a lifetime. They became mini superstars around Bristol, with people even recognising them on the streets, and hopefully they've returned with some incredible memories that they can share with their friends and remind each other that there is another way of life. But the journey was not without its hitches. The musicians were turned away from their initial flight to the UK as they weren't told by American Airlines that they'd need visas for a 3-hour stopover at JFK Airport in America. This meant that these boys who'd never been on an aeroplane before or even left the small area that they grew up in had to cancel the flight and go home with their families. Well, their teacher Daniel could not bear the thought of the boys' dreams being crushed and borrowed £9,000 for them to board a flight to the UK the next day. BCFM have set up a Just Giving page to try to help Daniel pay back some of that huge loan. Just head to justgiving.com and search Brazil to Bristol. We know that this won't be the end of our communication with these inspiring young boys. We'll be keeping in touch and finding out about their progress as the years go on. To keep up to date, just follow BCFM and Musica Encantada on social media. And we'll be back in the Colston Hall foyer later for a performance from rapper Habitus. But now we meet another of Bristol's many music video directors and one of its newest.
Hello, my name is Mathew Villalba. I am 28. I am a freelance filmmaker and photographer based in Bristol. I do a bit of everything. I do promotional videos, after movies for some parties. I do fashion photo shoot as well. And I have recently done my first music video for Delgado and Yuri Green.
Delante conoce un boy que no sabía de mi historia. No sabía nada. Solamente quiero que sepas bien que nada fue gloria.
Well, in this case, for the music video for Delgado and Yuri Green, I used the split screen because we had to tell a lot of things in a very short time. So I thought that the best way to do it, because we had to combine the main story of the video with the singer singing to the camera. If you want to check some of my jobs, you can visit my personal website, which is www.marivillalba.com.
Cuántas puertas he picado y cuántas me han cerrado. Nunca han respondido y me he quedado pensando. Jamás lo voy a conseguir. Oh yes, oh yes. El tigre man otra vez. Junto a Uri Green, ¿cómo lo ves? Bless.
Yeah man, Uri Green en combinación con Delgado. ¿Cuánto tiempo, hermano? ¡Sí!
Adelante conoce un boy que no sabía de mi historia.
No lo sabía.
Solamente quiero que sepas bien que nada fue gloria.
Nada fue,
nada me han regalado, todo lo conseguido luchando.
Luchando.
Y con el paso de los años sembrando ahora estoy cosechándolo. Nada me han regalado, esto fue así. La perseverancia es lo que me hizo estar aquí. Podría haberlo dejado, muchas veces así lo decidí. Y ahora con fuerza intento avanzar a la meta que me propuse alcanzar.
Trabajo constante como una hormiga. Soy guerrero, soporto fatiga. Inevitablemente siempre hable sin saber y te maldiga. El fuego arde en mi corazón fiel, la oscuridad no pudo con él. Doy gracias a la fuerza interior que algunos llaman Señor.
Adelante conoce un boy que no sabía de mi historia.
No sabía nada.
Solamente quiero que sepas bien que nada fue gloria. Nada me han regalado, todo lo conseguido luchando. Y con el paso de los años.
You're watching the Bristol Music Show. Don't go anywhere, as after the break we visit an all-women mix night and talk to some first-time DJs, and we meet some of the artists at this year's Upfest. Welcome back to the Bristol Music Show. Still to come, we're at Bristol Women in Music's first mix night showcase, bringing first-time female DJs together, and Habitus performs live at Colston Hall. But first, Upfest is Europe's largest street art festival, bringing together artists from all over the world to spend 3 days covering Bedminster and Southville with incredible paintings. We went along to meet some of its artists and see how music influences their art.
You're playing to. There's really no end to where you can go with drum drops. So.
I just quite like old Victorian signs and that kind of old Victorian sign, and a bit more kind of hippie like the San Francisco acid sort of paintings. So it was sort of tying that in together and just doing something that represents Bristol. Usually what I do is I'd start sketching out in a light colour from the top down, and then you go and block in all the colours, and then you go back and do the details. So this sort of bit is nearly done at the top, and I just work downwards. Because obviously if you drip the paint, it doesn't matter.
When I paint, I like to listen to Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, sometimes more modern psychedelic music like Pure Song or Jess and the Ancient Ones, a bit of Captain Beefheart. If I'm doing really detailed work, I like to listen to techno, people like Sven Väth and other German techno artists. So I just like to zone out the world around me, just getting some really detailed work, and yeah, that's the kind of thing I like to listen to.
I listen to Finnish rap music, mostly.
At the moment I'm listening to the Mouse Outfit. The Mouse Outfit, they're from Manchester, it's English hip-hop.
Generally, I like a bit of classical actually when I'm listening. You normally just put on classical FM. I like the strings and stuff like that, like to mellow out rather than being hyped up with other music. A bit different than a lot of people listen to. Occasionally a bit of jazz, but normally classical.
In a few minutes we'll be with Habitus as he performs live for the Bristol Music Show, but now Bristol Women in Music have been holding free mix sessions for women to learn the skills and share ideas in a safe environment. Last Thursday was their showcase event at Small Horse Social Club, and the first time that most of the women had ever played in public.
Laura from Saffron Records and we hooked up with Shanti Celeste and floated the idea that maybe it would be interesting to run some mix sessions where women could come and either develop or learn some DJ skills. She was really keen, so we took it from there, and we've been running the mix sessions for 6 months now.
So we've been going to mix nights once every month for 6 months. We've had female DJ mentors, so people who play out quite often, and we've just been going along in a really friendly space and just learning as we go along how to use vinyl or CDJs. I think it's been great just to have a space where we didn't feel scared to actually get on the equipment. I've always been around music and DJs and MCs, and it just felt as a female, particularly at parties, that we couldn't go on there. It was like a scary thing to do, so just to be in a safe place to do it. And I think we've all been really empowered by it and just enjoying playing a set tonight.
this is my first DJ gig actually, but I run a club night with a lot of friends, and they sort of DJs, and so I thought I'd give it a go. It's more comfortable, I guess. It's like meeting when you meet someone at the same level. It's not when it's because it's like a really nerve-wracking thing. It's like before you have it, you're just like, oh, what do I do? But if you meet people in the same situation, you feel a lot more comfortable, and it's also meeting people as well, which is really great. It's been going really, really well. So we're doing them once a month, and everyone who has mentored the women have been on a voluntary basis. So the support we've had has been amazing.
I just kind of like went along to one of the sessions, and it was really a really informal social event. All of the mentors were sort of saying, this is what we do as DJs, we've been DJing for this long, you know, what are you interested in, to all of the girls that had sort of signed up for the workshop. There's so many women within electronic music and should be really celebrated. Like there's loads of like people that were pioneering some of the music in the 70s and the 80s and even earlier that have kind of like been a little bit less recognised in the contemporary music scene, and I think that it's really important for people to realise how important women have been in the history of music, and especially in the history of electronic music.
I've grown up listening to Motown and soul and have played after parties for friends for years and been encouraged by my husband and other DJ friends to get involved, so that's why I joined Friends and came to this event. There's been lots of times I've been at parties and the conversation will turn to music and you give your opinion, and sometimes as a woman you can be a bit overlooked. Me, not necessarily, because I'll be quite forceful in my opinions, but I can understand how women do feel intimidated in that environment.
What we were hoping is that everyone who comes along and joins in will carry on talking to each other, basically form a cooperative of girls that can mix, share tracks, invite each other along to their gigs, and basically become a really cool posse of female DJs in Bristol.
I felt really emotional today because I sent a little message on the Facebook group just being like, good luck, I know that you can do it, because it kind of reminded me of how I felt about a year ago when I had my first gig, and it's really scary and it's really intimidating, but being here and seeing these girls like doing it really well, kind of like just getting on with it and not panicking and doing it, and it's just like, it makes me feel really proud that I've been a part of it and want to continue to be a part of it.
To find out more about the mix nights or to sign up for sessions, contact Bristol Women in Music via their Facebook page.
Well, that's it for the Bristol Music Show this week.
Remember, you can check out our YouTube channel for extra live sessions and extended interviews.
But now we're going to return to Colston Hall Foyer, and Habitus is going to play us out. See you next week.
Bye!
So Habitus is an MC, DJ and producer from Canary Island, based in Bristol at the moment, running one music studio at the island called Dusty Sound, where we are recording many MCs from the city, and at the same time doing some music around, doing live shows and DJ sets in most of the venues around the city.
Talking about whatever, the main thing, I hit the beat como en la vieja escuela. If you don't understand what I'm saying, me la pela. Muchos años poniendo mi flow en la gramera. Valoro su peso y no el de mi cartera. Demasiadas carreteras, algunas fronteras y ciertas rameras conocen la historia entera. Yo también sé lo que es tener vacía la nevera y la despensa de el alma llena. Latas de odio y esperanza caduca para la cena. Aburrida es la espera por el mecenas. El sistema condena a cortar a creatividad las venas. A tu agent, unemployment, de vacaciones forzadas sin paga, escribo desde la cama al mañana. No me frenan ni pensamientos de lástima en los que me doy pena por no hacer de música mi carrera. Siendo del sistema un eslabón más, lleno de mediocridad, simplicidad, complicidad al hacerlo cada mañana yo para ganarme el pan, pero si no voy no me lo dan. Siendo del sistema un eslabón más, lleno de mediocridad, simplicidad, complicidad al hacerlo cada mañana yo para ganarme el pan, pero si no voy no me lo dan.
¿Quién dictamina crimen de esquina, ruin, monoplaza, música, sarasai? Un sinfín de rimas en el barrio La Molina. Puse mi orín en el confirmacri de este país inconte ruina. Cárceles en mentes jóvenes, amores dóciles que aguantan como pugiles, no sé por qué. Y sé que es menester llorar porque el plural se va perdiendo en el espacio de un futuro sideral que hoy presiento. Palabras vierto, aun sabiendo que el terreno yermo. Me vestí con yelmo en este pueblo muerto. Empuñé mis versos como sable con cables de 1 metro. En escenario tento, tengo tanto rostro boquiabierto. Contento En el alma por cientos, en el alma cuento con sus nombres entintados cual memento. No hay aliento fresco ni comento, te comento que dentro de tetas de arco solo encontramos estiércol.
Siendo del sistema un eslabón más, lleno de mediocridad, simplicidad, complicidad al hacerlo. Cada mañana yo para ganarme el pan, pero si no voy no me lo dan. Siendo del sistema un eslabón más, lleno de mediocridad, simplicidad, complicidad al hacerlo. Cada mañana yo para ganarme el pan, pero si no voy no me lo dan. Hace tiempo que dejé de vivir con mamá, yo también prefiero que ella pague las facturas y yo al estudio a crear. Pero son años ya y uno la vida se tiene que aprender a buscar. Admiración por los que pueden vivir solo del rap, que fueron estrategas y se lo supieron montar, manteniendo lo real sin comercializar su estilo al rapear. Hay que tener talento, contacto y promoción, amplio conocimiento, contacto a la ejecución. Sin una no hay otra, hay que echarle horas, dedicarles al estudio. Las 24 sueños ratos que no hay trabajo, ni facturas, ni pagos, ni despertador temprano. Solo el swing le da NPC libre de flow, sin contestación y un boli esperando una nueva canción. Yo siendo del sistema un eslabón más, lleno de mediocridad, simplicidad, complicidad al hacerlo. Cada mañana yo para ganarme el pan, pero si no voy no me lo dan. Siendo del sistema un eslabón más, lleno de mediocridad, simplicidad, complicidad al hacerlo. Cada mañana yo para ganarme el pan, pero si no voy no me lo dan.
Habitus,
Pelusa,
Anyway Jones on the beat.
New album, un viaje al alter ego, available in Bandcamp, Habitus Bandcamp. Thank you.
Thank you very much.